Revelation 10 describes a powerful and mysterious vision given to John. Below is a verse-by-verse explanation. Verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. A mighty angel symbolizes God's messenger of great authority. The cloud represents divine presence. The rainbow recalls God's covenant of mercy, Genesis 9:13. The radiant face signifies divine glory, and the fiery feet symbolize judgment and purity. Verse 2. And he had in his hand a little book open, and he set his right foot upon the sea and his left foot on the earth. The little book likely contains further revelation from God, perhaps specific to John's role or the church's mission. The angel standing on both the sea and the earth signifies dominion over all creation, emphasizing God's sovereign authority. Verse 3, and cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth, and when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. The angel's loud voice reflects power and authority. The 7 thunders could represent complete and powerful divine judgments or mysteries yet to be revealed, reinforcing God's control over events. Verse 4. And when the 7 thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not. John is instructed not to reveal the content of the 7 thunders. This highlights that some divine mysteries are not meant to be disclosed, emphasizing the limits of human understanding and the need for trust in God's plan. Verse 5, and the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven. The angel lifting his hand is a gesture of solemnity, similar to taking an oath. It indicates the importance and truthfulness of the message being delivered. Verse 6, and swear by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven, and the things that therein are, and the earth and the things that therein are, and the sea, and the things which are therein, that there should be time no longer. The angel swears by the eternal Creator, affirming the end of delay in God's plans. This phrase can mean that the time for waiting or hesitation is over, and God's judgments and promises will now be fulfilled. Verse 7. But in the days of the voice of the 7th angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of God should be finished, as he hath declared to his servants the prophets. The mystery of God refers to the culmination of God's redemptive plan, foretold by the prophets. This will occur when the 7th trumpet sounds, signaling the completion of God's purposes in history. Verse 8, and the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. John is instructed to take the open little book from the angel. This implies personal involvement and responsibility in receiving and proclaiming God's revelation. Verse 9, and I went unto the angel, and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it, and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Eating the book symbolizes internalizing God's message. Its sweetness in the mouth represents the joy of receiving divine revelation, while its bitterness in the belly reflects the sobering reality of its judgments. Verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand, and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. John's experience mirrors that of prophets like Ezekiel. The message of God's word is delightful to know but difficult to bear, especially when it involves judgment. Verse 11. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. John is called to continue proclaiming God's message, not just to the church but to the world, including leaders of nations. This emphasizes the universal scope of God's revelation and judgment.